morning. Good morning, good morning. It's time to get going. Yay! Here we are. All right. There we go. Buenos dias. All right, let's sip my coffee. Just gonna check the feed here. Right on, right on. Hello, hello. Welcome to your morning moves. Welcome to your morning moves with me this morning. And, oh, there's more people texting. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta see what's going on in the chat. If you guys knew what was going on here. There's Danielle! All right, so I was talking about you yesterday when I was standing in line for a COVID test, negative. Kind of, doing that before we go outside of the state to a new residence, temporary. Updates. Anyway, I was talking about Danielle because we were standing in line in front of two people who represent different athletic products, and they were talking about, he's like, have you ever heard of Swift? And I'm like, I actually have. He's like, well, these really athletic people use these things, and real athletes. And I was like, yes, I know real athletes. So real athletes, let's come to the front of our mats and come into Tadasana mountain pose. And we're going to do some shoulder rolls here first. So bring your shoulders forward, up, and back. Just warming up the shoulders here. And then back, forward. So back, up, and forward. So just doing the reverse roll. Good. All right, do that one more time, going in the other direction. So opening up the chest. And you can make the arms a little bigger for this. Make it like wings, opening up. Yep. And then go the other way. So reaching in to give someone a hug. You have to get those hug muscles ready for when we can hug people again. All right, and one more time. Open it up. Tell everyone, please, right now, physical distancing, and later I'll come back to hugging you. Good. All right, and then to continued shoulder health, right? We're going to bring the arms out to shoulder height, elbows bent. You can make a little fist with your hands if you like, or flat palms, whichever you prefer. Good. And we're going to move the forearms and elbows towards each other. Okay. Now, once you get the forearms and elbows towards each other, we're going to make a very subtle move here, turning to the side so you can see it. Lifting the elbows and then dropping them down. Okay. And we're going to keep doing this. Gotta keep going, and we'll get a little stretch between the shoulder blades. And we start to work the biceps and the deltoids very subtly here. But again, this is great for shoulder health, right? Good, keep going, you've got this. And you'll start to feel a little warmer. Yeah, warmer. You can let your knees, watch, mine just locked, right? I start to lock my knees when I stand in one place for a while. So let your knees be open, not really locking them there. That keeps engagement in the back chain of your muscles. Good, you're almost there. Keep going, it's very subtle, but it can be quite intense. Nice, now let's slowly release that. Open your arms out to the sides again, shoulder height. Good. And then stretch them up, palms, right palm in front of the left, drop them down, just shoulder height, and then left palm in front of the right, and then drop them down, shoulder height. Good. Take them behind you, interlace your fingers or hook your thumbs. Take a deep breath in and press the fingertips or the knuckles towards the floor. Broaden across the chest. Lift your chin just a little bit. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, Soften a little bit at your knees, fold forward, chest to thighs, wrists up towards the ceiling, knuckles towards the ceiling. Relax the background of your head here. And breathe in and out. Good. Now, release your hands down to your thighs, okay? Sit up, lift up about halfway, and let's see, hold on. Do those. Okay, so you're on knees are bent, and you're going to turn your hands so the fingers are on the inside of your thighs, just above your knees. Elbows are slightly bent, all right? And we're gonna move into a cat-cow posture here. So take a deep breath in, tip that tailbone up, and lift the chest forward and the chin up. And on your exhale, round your spine, draw your chin in towards your chest. Pelvis tilts in posteriorly, so you feel those front hip points lift. Good. And we're going to do that a few more times. So you're breathing in, opening up the front, and as you breathe out, contract the front strongly, moving the abdomen in towards the spine and slightly up. And as you're doing this, you're letting that breath guide you into this gentle arc of a back bend. And as you exhale, really squeeze every last bit of that breath out as you contract strongly towards the spine, from the pubic bone all the way up into the rib cage. Good. So this is the beginning of a practice called Agnisara. And it's really great this time of year especially, but it's great to do this every morning. And why I really tend to bring this back into focus in the winter time is that we start to become kind of stagnant in the winter, some of us. And our digestive system actually naturally starts to become a little more stagnant. The days are shorter, the nights are longer. We really contract in and up. So we're reducing the stagnancy. Now we're also building the fire here at the center. Just do this 2 more times. And your eyes could be closed here. And so we're building this fire, we're stoking this inner fire. And exhale. And able to do the work. Good. And now inhale to a neutral spine. And as you exhale, keep your feet wide and fold forward over your legs. And relax your neck so you're not lifting your head. Good. Breathe in. And out. So we're doing a little more deep, intense work. Roll yourself up to stand. Take your time coming up. Once you get upright, start to lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Take them back and down. Good. And this deeper, more intense work leading towards the end of the year, and as we contemplate and consider our intentions and our life's purpose and meeting both of those. Inhale, lift your arms up to frame your head. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, step to plank pose. Good. Now, continuing with that shoulder health, we're going to drop the knees, just your knees down to the mat. Good. Okay, now, let your spine drop, your chest drop towards the floor. Good, and then push it away from the floor. So imagine, right, your shoulders are, the space that your shoulders are in, that stays set, right, in one place, and you're just moving the spine down and up. And as you drop down, keep a little resistance through the arms so that it's not just a sinking, right? It's a contraction of the shoulder blades that's dropping the spine, and then a protraction as you push away. All right, and don't worry about the rhythm of your breath. You can just breathe as you need to and just push, contract the shoulder blades together to lower, and then push the floor away, contracting the pectoral muscles, the front body to lift the spine. Okay, so it should start getting really warm around the shoulders. Good, and now we'll take it to child's pose. So we do this deeper, more intense work, and we start to stoke our inner fire. Reignite it. Burn off the residues of past experiences that might be clouding our judgment, our mind, our drive, and our desire. And then reconnect with our life's purpose and our intentions. Good. Come forward to hands and knees, and now come into downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. From down dog, let's step the feet as wide as your mat. So move left and right feet out to the left and right. And really push the mat away now so your chest is moving towards that space between your thighs. Good. Now, step the feet a little closer back to hip distance at least apart. And walk it into your shortening your dog. Good. Now take your right hand to the outside of your left ankle. Good. Breathe in here. And breathe out. Pull yourself in towards that. Towards the thighs. Good. So you're bending your right elbow just a little bit. And you're feeling the strength in that left arm and shoulder. So press all the way into the tips of your thumb and fingers and down into the palm. Try to lift the wrist away from the floor. Yeah, you'll feel a little more engagement in that left shoulder and upper arm. Maybe into the latissimus dorsi as well. Move your right hand back to the mat. Stay in that shortened down dog, and let's go to the other side, bringing your left hand to the outside of the right lower leg or ankle. Okay, try to keep the weight even across the soles of your feet. Nice, and really pressing into the whole hand, and feel the sense that you're moving the wrist away from the palm. So it's almost like you're trying to barely take the base of your palm away from the mat. And you get a little suction cup through the center of this side, the right armpit. And you're breathing. Don't forget to breathe. And this will engage more of the muscles that support the upper back and shoulders. Good. Now take it back to down dog and both hands on the mat. Walk your feet back so you're back to your regular length down dog. Let's move forward into plank pose. Good. As you exhale, with or without the knees, lower to chaturanga. On your next breath in, lift into upward facing dog. Good. And as you exhale, drop your knees down, curl your toes under, send your seat towards your heels. Let's stretch the soles of your feet, getting a little stretch for the plantar fascia of your feet. Good. So you're pushing the floor away. Heels are up above the widest part of your feet. All right, so notice if they've sort of splayed out to the sides, and keep them vertical. And you get that stretch through the soles of your feet and into your calves even. Good. Head is off the floor between the arms. Nice. Next time you inhale, come forward to plank pose. And as you exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Good. In downward facing dog, look forward. And then walk, step, or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Once you get to the front, breathe in, lift halfway up. Remember, if you're one of our yogis that doesn't like to do the forward fold as much for lower back issues, you stay here, and the rest of us fold forward. Good. And then the next inhale, we all come all the way up, lifting your arms up to frame your head. And exhale, lower your arms by your side. So now we've really gotten into the spine, shoulders, that core, those deep core muscles are activating, and all the muscles around the back area. Okay? So breathing in, lift your arms up to frame your head once more. And as you exhale, let's sit back into Utkatasana. Get into those thighs. Sit a little lower. Okay, keep your arms by your ears. Breathe in. And exhale, sit a little lower. Let's reach the arms forward and then drop the torso towards the thighs. So you're really putting some weight on those legs. And you might need to drop your chin just a little bit so that you're not lifting upwards, right? So your gaze is slightly down off the tip of your nose, reaching forward. Let's externally rotate those upper arms so your palms are facing up and your thumbs are out. Good, sit a little lower. Good, bring the weight a little bit further forward towards the front of your feet. Good, stay here, drop those sit bones a little further. You got it, stay here. I know how strong you are, and then fold over your legs. Inhale, lift halfway up. As you exhale, we're stepping that right foot back and lowering the heel down towards the midline. Bend the front knee. Breathing in, reach your arms forward and up. We're coming into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Good, stay here. Good, let's let that left knee draw forward over the ankle, lift through your chest, maybe even lift your gaze a little bit. Stay here. Nice. Next, exhale, lower your hands down to the floor, lift the heel of that back foot. Keep your right hand on the floor and lift your left arm up, coming into a twisting lunge. Breathe in here and breathe out. Squeeze your navel around to the left. Inhale here. And exhale, lower your left hand to the floor, lower your right knee to the floor. Good, now we're going to uncurl those toes and walk the hands back. Guide your right sit bone towards the heel, and the left knee straightens. Breathe in here. And exhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Spine will follow. Taking a stretch into the back of the left thigh, the belly of your hamstring. Breathe in. And out. Good, next inhale. Step forward into low lunge. And as you exhale, step your right foot up to meet the left and fold over your legs. Inhale, sweep your arms up, sit back, Utkatasana, fierce pose. And as you exhale, sit lower, reaching those arms forward, palms up. That's it, breathe in. And out. Won't hold it as long this time. Stay here, one more breath. In, and then exhale, fold over your legs. Good, inhale, lift halfway up. And exhale, this time step your left foot back, lower the left heel down, bend that right knee, lift up to Warrior 1. Good. Right knee tracking over the ankle, lift the chest, squeeze navel to spine as you exhale. Stay with your breath, in and out. Feel that back foot sealed into the floor. Really firing up your practice this morning, burning off the residue of past experiences, letting it go, bringing yourself more and more closer to being awake in this present moment. And then lower your hands down to the floor, lift the back heel. Now we'll take the twist to the right. Lift your right arm into the air, breathe in. Exhale, squeeze your navel to the right. Keep the left thigh strong. One more breath in. And exhale, lower your right hand and your left knee to the mat. You can uncurl those back toes. Now walk your hands back along the mat, guiding your left sit bone towards the heel. Good. Right foot gently flexed at the ankle. Breathe in. And exhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Full breath in. And out. Try to keep the shoulders, shoulder blades contracting behind you so you're opening across your collarbones. Good. Next time you're breathing in, come forward to low lunge. And as you exhale, step your left foot up to meet the right and fold over your legs. Inhale, long spine, arms reach wide, around and up. Press through your feet. And as you exhale, lower your arms by your sides. Tadasana, mountain pose. You can even close your eyes here. Beautifully done. If your eyes are closed, drop your chin towards your chest, blink your eyes open, and lift your gaze back into your space. Good. And from here, we'll use the beginning of sun salutation to bring ourselves down to our mats. Inhale, lift your arms up to frame your head. And as you exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees and step to plank pose. Inhale here in plank pose. And exhale, drop your knees, chest, and chin down to the mat. Good. Breathe in, point your toes, lift into Cobra pose. Stay in Cobra pose. Lift each thigh away from your mat. Yep. And find a little more reach into those toes. Good. Lift your hands slightly away from the floor. Contract those muscles between the shoulder blades and feel your sternum lifting forward and up. Stay here breathing. Press the tops of your feet into the mat. Good. One more breath in. Stay here as you exhale. Squeeze your navel towards your spine. Good. Inhale here. And on your exhale, lower your hands to the mat. Push yourself away from the floor and send your seat back to your heels for child's pose. Drop your forehead down to the floor. Relax your arms. Good. Relax your breath. You're in child's pose. Nicely done. Good. From child's pose, let's come back up to hands and knees. Do one more cat-cow here. So make it nice and slow though. Breathing in, curl your toes under. Arc through the spine. And breathing out, tops of your feet to the mat. Round through your spine. Push the mat away. Draw your navel in and up. Good. Inhale into a neutral spine. Good. And now we're going to come over onto our backs. Okay. Once you come onto your back, your knees are going to come in. So you're on sitting up on your rear end. Your knees are going to come in towards the chest. Okay. And I'd like you to lean back and lift the feet up. Okay, so the shins come parallel to the floor. You can take your hands to the backs of your thighs. Now you rock forward slightly, lifting the front hip points, lengthen through the top crown of your head, broaden across your shoulder blades. Okay, this is where you start, and if we're really working on that core strength and the hip flexors here, good. Or you reach your arms forward, palms facing up. Good, this is a great time to start smiling. Make it effortless. Good. And then you can stay here or extend your knees. Wherever you are, you're still there, right? It's okay to be there. And if you're really feeling cuckoo this morning, you can lift your arms up to frame your head. Good. Breathe in. And if it gets too challenging here, you just back off a little bit. We don't want to feel any pressure in the low back, right? And really press out through the soles of your feet. Good. And then pause in each version if you came out of it. If you're still in one of those versions, stay there. You've got this. Take the hands to the backs of the thighs. Let's give it a good squeeze in. We're going to drop the feet down to the floor and roll right into bridge pose. So lower your feet to the floor. Reach your arms forward. Drop down. Good. And then on your inhale, step the feet back just a little bit so you can reach your arms overhead and lift the hips for our rolling bridge. And as you exhale, lower your arms and your hips down to the floor. We're going to do that 2 more times. The rolling bridge. Inhale, lift your hips, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, arms by your sides, hips drop back down to the floor. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, lift your hips. And exhale, lower your arms by your sides. Good. From here, press into your upper arms and elbows, lift your hips up, lift your chest, and squiggle those arms closer together so you can interlace your fingers beneath you. You're in bridge pose. Good. Keep pressing into the soles of the feet, nice and strong and evenly, left to right, front to back. Lift your hips a little higher. Press into those arms, broaden across your collarbones. Good, and now release the hands, lower your hips down. Let's start hugging that right knee, extend your left foot forward on your mat, hug that right knee into your mat. Give yourself a nice squeeze with that right side. You can keep the left leg active. Breathe in here. And as you exhale, draw the right knee across the body to the left. Take your right arm out to the side at shoulder height. This is gonna, if you're feeling tight in your shoulders, that right arm might be really above the floor, like floating above the floor. So you can bend the elbow if you like and drop it down towards the floor. And then as you move, as you open up through that right pectoral muscle and shoulder, you can slide the arm up a little higher and you'll change the stretch there. It's quite nice. And then I have some friends and yogis who have had surgery in this area. And so we start with a really bent elbow and the palm over and down at about a 45-degree angle from the body, or the hand on the rib cage, just for FYI. For your information. Good, let's take it over to the left side. So roll onto your back, place the right foot on the floor, place your left foot on the floor. Pause in the center, hug your left knee in, give yourself a nice squeeze, extend that right foot forward on the floor. Really squeeze that left thigh in towards the abdomen. Good, and now we'll take the left knee across your body over towards the right, and then the right arm goes up to the side, palm up, shoulder height. Okay, if that's too much and the arm's far from the floor here, you can bend the elbow and lower it or lift it where it needs to be to get more connection to the floor. So you're not just hanging off of the shoulder there. And then as before, if you start to gently move that arm up or down, you get a change in the sensation across the chest and the shoulder girdle, the connection of the pectoral muscle into the upper arm. Good, return to your back. Place that left foot on the floor, place the right foot on the floor. Nice, we're gonna take a structured rest this morning as an alternative to our Shavasana. So heel toe your feet to the left and right sides of your mat and let your knees fall in towards each other. If you have to clench your inner thighs to let your knees fall in, then you need to adjust your feet. So maybe move them towards the foot end of your mat or towards you, and maybe wider or closer together. But letting the inner thighs relax in with the knees so you're not contracting them, it's just a passive dropping in. Then allow your hands to rest on your stomach, just below your belly button. So it's almost like you're cradling or protecting the front of the pelvis. Then take a deep breath in. And let it out. Maybe it was a yawn I just passed on to you. And close your eyes. Relax your throat. Relax the muscles and tissues around your eyes. See if you can allow the inner thighs to let go even more. Good, now take a deep breath in. And exhale it out through your mouth. Nicely done. Feel free to stretch your arms up over and then hug your knees back into your chest, towards your chest, and take your hands to the backs of your thighs. Rock yourself up to sit, and take your right hand just below your navel. Left hand envelops it, sealing our practice. Let's press back as we tilt forward. Give yourself a couple of seconds just to focus on the floor, nice and strongly there. Good, before lifting back up and starting your day, thank you so much for beginning it with me. It's always a pleasure. I will see you again, either on the Soul Collective or next week here on our YouTube channel. See ya.